Hey guys, welcome back to another one of my tower fantasy videos, and today we'll be doing a little Frigg squad. We'll be also comparing some CN things to some EN things of global release. I also heard that she got nerfed on a couple things. Now, it won't be the most accurate comparison between the numbers or whatever because my Frigg is level 14 compared to Frigg being a 100. I mean, not 100, level 0, 1 or whatever you want to call it. And in case you're wondering what that level difference is me not having a weapon yet compared to a level 140 Frigg weapon. So that's that. So we're gonna go ahead and click off of this right here. As you can see, that's my little audio recorder or whatever. Sometimes I forget to turn that off, but it's all cool because who doesn't like nice OBS in the beginning of the video? So we have side-by-side comparison. We have the global version right here, and we have the Chinese version right here. Very cool. As you see, I'm free to play on CM, but on global I'm not free to play. So the first thing that you'll notice about both these weapons, if I can move this over to the side, is the fact that the CS is different, or gear score. I don't know, it's a combat score and gear score, you know, two different things or whatever. But the first thing you're going to notice is both of them have the same shattering charge still. So that's cool, that's wonderful. That didn't get nerfed. This is still Frigg weapon. She's still going to have that initial assault resonance, and then on top of having that initial assault resonance, she's still going to have that crit HP and attack because of the fact that she's a assault weapon. Now, another thing that you want to know about her is because she's in the freeze or whatever, she's still going to have that freeze thing. Oops, I accidentally clicked on global. Let me reopen this back up. Global pop up. Which one are you? Yeah, still gonna have that freeze resonance, and on top of that, she's not freeze resonance. I didn't get to that part yet. She's going to be able to freeze enemies or give them frostbite. On top of that, she's also going to have frost resonance, which basically means that the frost attack is going to be increased by 15, and then on top of that, it's going to have the resonant by 25 if you equip 2 or more her type of weapons. And you can also see a little bit of that here, but this might be a little bit different. I didn't translate that, so take it with a grain of salt. So, the next thing we want to go over this character is essentially how do you play her and how do you use her and what her different little skills right here. Now, you're going to have some little skills right here. She's going to do, you know, 5 attacks in a row or whatever. I'll show you what that look like on CN. And then she's going to have her aerial discharge, which is basically whenever you're airborne, you attack 5 times in the air. And then she's going to have soaring slash while, you know, normal attack and holding a normal attack trigger soaring slash. You're gonna launch forward that does, you know, some decent damage. Well, better damage than everything else on her first auto. As you see, the numbers are disgusting. But the best one is this one right here at the like 200%. So that's pretty cool. And then it's gonna have helix slash. You know, tap, hold, attack while airborne, and you're gonna get that nice slam or dash, or I forgot exactly what it looks like, but it's gonna be beautiful. Trust me. And then you're going to have the dodge right here. You get the initial dodge just like anything else. Immunity to hit stuns and dodge and blah, blah, blah. Then she's going to have the multi-slash where basically whenever you use her domain, she's going to be able to charge attack or whatever. Now, the type of nerf that I heard that she got was her damage on her dodge. Now, she's going to do less damage than CM, but her whole entire kit as of now is still the same. And I'll open up all these different things on CN too, so that way you can see it. Her whole kit is still the same. She just got a damage nerf. And it's not a simple damage nerf. Like her whole overall damage didn't get nerfed. But I heard that basically her kit kind of got nerfed. So like, it wasn't all of her damage, but it was her fucking multi-slash, right? It doesn't do as much damage as it used to. It does decent damage. It does less damage than the final, you know, attacks on, you know, your attack combos or whatever, your attack stream or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't do as much damage as that, but it has multiple slashes or whatever. And her multi-slash is something you're going to be spamming whenever you use her domain. So that kind of sucks, but she's still going to be fairly good. You're going to get Filbert Winter. I hope I said that correctly. After you use this ult, which is going to launch her into the air, slam down to the ground, summon fucking domain, Jinjutsu, Kaizen fucking type style. For the next 25 seconds, you get to be God. You get unlimited dashes, meaning you can trigger phantoms left, and right, get discharge skills, throw skills, spam discharge skills, and download Raid Shadow Legends. Now let me stop. But yeah, for the next 25 seconds, you get to become a god of your own. And on top of that, it only has a 30-second cooldown. So it's pretty much up 90 to 95% of the time, which is what makes her a selfish DPS, which I'll get into a little bit of that a little bit later on in the video. And whenever you're in a frost domain, it increases shatter by 25 in using a frost weapon. So that emphasized that, you know, you kind of want to save up for a dual character kind of name like, you know, Sayu or whatever. Yeah, you kind of want to save up for her because of the fact that she's going to increase shatter for other frost weapons. You can also run her with Merle. I don't know if these things proc inside player versus player, but it's going to be a disgusting combo. But just even in PvE, that's still a really good combo. So that's that. When we look over at the discharge skill is going to control enemies in the center. You're going to become like Obito straight from Naruto. Suck them in with this almighty disgusting pull. And then you're going to go ahead and release your ult for a massive amount of damage. So, and it's also going to knock enemies up into the air. So that's really cool. So, she's literally just straight DPS. And she also has a little bonus for running her with other frost weapons, which is what she's meant. You get that initial 15% increase and 25% extra shatter when using other frost weapons. So yeah, that's her. And if you look over here to the Chinese version, you know, it's the same exact skills. Damn, did she get nerfed in CN too? Or is it because I have a level 14? Yeah, so as you can see, it's still the same skills. And on top of being the same skill, on top of it being the same skill, it still have this initial thing, her ult. So, that's pretty cool. And that's that. So, the question is, how do you play her? Well, let me equip her, and then let me use her with... This is literally my main setup. If you really care about using Frigg and you really want to pair really well with her, this is the weapon that you want to save up for right here. Sayu, Sophios, or Fem, I don't fucking know. I give up. This is the weapon you want to run with her, though. This allowed me to solo a flower, one of the world bosses inside the game. As you know, clearing the world boss by yourself is extremely difficult in the game. Until later on, later on. But this is how I did it, and I'm under level with the, you know, current server or whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and hop over to Biphasm, which I did not clear this week, but you know, you still get rewards because it's literally AFK farming, because why not? So we're gonna hop over here to the Phasm. I'm at level 300. They're gonna boost me up to 21 because that's the thing in CN. I'm at 310, but they'll boost me up by 10 if I can, you know, complete the level, which I'm probably not. I just wanted to let you know that. Well, we're gonna load in here, and I'm gonna show you the different, you know, weapon autos and things like that, so you can know how this character function and feel. Because if you're not asking me, should I pull for her? That's gonna be your decision. She is gonna DPS hit to her kit, her main kit, but she'll still do a lot of damage. She'll still be good in player versus player, not for the whole entire area. In the final arena, she'll be really good, but for the first two arenas, she won't be that good. She's gonna be a really good offensive and defensive weapon. Offensive and defensive weapon, my bad. So that's that. She's going to be good in player versus player. She's going to be good in PvE because of the fact that she's going to do a significant amount of damage, and she'll pair good with other weapons that can shatter that are frost. Examples, Merlin's weapon. Actually, what we're going to do is close the Chinese version. I mean, not the Chinese version, the English version. Because who needs that right now? So we're going to close it. And this feels a lot better. So you're going to charge attack inside this domain. As you see, I can get a dodge. This is what makes this weapon kind of broken. And then what you can do is switch to one of these. Get this going. And I just showed you what her ult can do. That's her discharge. As you can see, it knocked them up and back. And you just repeat this process. This is what you literally do for the next 25 seconds. Alright? You want to time it right, because if you don't, it cancels and you lost DPS. Now, you may be asking me, well, how is this a selfish playstyle? What makes this weapon so selfish is the fact that if you're not using her during her ult, you're losing DPS. The only way you're not losing DPS if you're switching to another weapon to do a discharge or a ult And even during that time, you may be losing extra DPS because just using her auto dashes will probably more than likely give you more damage than you actually do the discharge skill, instead of just waiting until the ult over, then do the discharge skill on during the 5 second. So whenever you're using this weapon, you want to do your discharge skills and your skills before you initiate that ult or after you initiate that ult. And like I said, 90% of the time, this like weapon's ult is up and is ready to go. So you have a small window in order to do everything. If you're not doing everything, you're losing DPS. And that's just simply how it is. Now, that's if you care about maximizing DPS. If you don't, then what I'm saying right now, you can throw it completely out the window. But yeah, that's what makes Frigg's weapon a selfish DPS. The fact that you want to use her during basically the entire ult, because of the fact you only get a limited dashes when you're using that selected weapon. The dashes does not apply to other weapons. Even if you're using Frost, it does not apply. The only thing that applies in that domain to other weapons, if you're using another Frost weapon, gives you 25% more shatter on your other Frost weapons. So it's literally no point to switch to damn near anything else unless you're using a weapon that's good at shattering and it's Frost. If it's not even Frost, then like I said, throw it out the window. But should you pull for Frigg? This is the question that a lot of people are probably waiting for. Should you pull for her? That is up to you, but I'm gonna give you my own opinion. If you don't plan on running an ice comp team, do not pull for her. If you're pulling for her because you want to have a good character in player versus player, then pull for her. She's going to be good in player versus player.